Hello friends, welcome to Manu Law Classes. मेरा नाम गौतम दीक्षित है. Now today in this video we are going to discuss the important news from the Hindu edition of 28th March 2023. So now let's start with the news. So the first news is about the PPF and Sukanya Samriddhi interest rate hike unlikely. So these are all small saving schemes, Public Provident Fund and Sukanya Samriddhi account. So यहाँ पर अगर आप देखेंगे there was Shyamala Gopinath Committee formula which was adopted in April 2016. Now what is this Shyamala Gopinath Committee? तो जैसे यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि that Shyamala Gopinath Committee is related with, so it is related with small savings schemes interest rate. So the committee has recommended कि in every quarter, that is in every 3 months, the interest rates on these small saving schemes should be reset in line with the prevailing yields on government bonds of comparable tenures. इसका मतलब ये है कि to popularize the small saving schemes. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जैसे कि जो tenures होते हैं government bonds के, ठीक है, तो these are long term in nature और इनका जो interest rate होता है that is governed by the market rates. तो यहाँ पे श्यामला गोपीनाथ कमेटी ने कहा था कि टू पॉपुलराइज दी स्मॉल सेविंग स्कीम सो दैट पीपल आर मोटिवेटेड टू इन्वेस्ट इन दिस स्कीम्स. सो सुकन्या समृद्धि स्कीम एंड पीपीएफ, दिस बोथ. ओके, सो देयर इंटरेस्ट रेट्स शुड बी लिंक्ड विद द मार्केट लिंक्ड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स ऑफ कंपेरेबल टेन्योर्स. ठीक है, तो ये एक सजेशन था बट गवर्नमेंट हैज नॉट गॉन विद इट. If you will see, last time the PPF and SSA interest rates, they were tweaked when they were slashed sharply in April 2020. तो लास्ट टाइम जो इनके रेट्स चेंजेस हुए थे वो हुए थे अप्रैल 2020 में, और रेट्स इंक्रीज करने के बजाय जो है वो रेट्स जो है वो रेड्यूस किया गया था. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट न्यूज. एससी सुप्रीम कोर्ट इश्यूज नोटिस टू गुजरात सेंटर इन बिल्किस बानो केस. सो यहाँ पे जो मेन क्वेश्चन है बिल्किस बानो केस का, दैट इज the premature release of 11 men who were sentenced to life for gang rape of Bilkis Bano and murder of her family members during Gujarat 2002 riots. तो यहाँ पे जो ट्रायल चला था वो महाराष्ट्र में चला था. That is important to understand. The trial was in Maharashtra. Fine. उसके बाद जो रेमिशन हुआ है वो गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने किया है. That has been done by गुजरात गवर्नमेंट. सो ट्रायल तो महाराष्ट्र में चला और रेमिशन गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने किया है. तो यहाँ पे जो क्वेश्चन है जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट कंसिडर करने वाला है, दैट इज अंडर सेक्शन 432(7)(b और सेक्शन 432(7)(b which says that what should be the appropriate government under this section state within which the offender is sentenced. So here there is a section. तो यहाँ पे अगर आप इस हिसाब से कर देखेंगे तो जो रेमिशन था वो महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट को देना चाहिए था, न कि गुजरात गवर्नमेंट को. फाइन, बट गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने ये रेमिशन इसके लिए भी दिया था क्योंकि जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने जब ये पूछा गया था कि दैट विच गवर्नमेंट इज अप्रोप्रिएट, सो इट वाज कंसीडर्ड यस गुजरात गवर्नमेंट कैन गिव द रेमिशन. तो इसके ऊपर फिर से सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जवाब मांगा है गुजरात और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से. Now coming to editorials. तो editorials हम यहीं पे ले लेते हैं. The first is dwindling allies. Taiwan is facing pressure as China's relations with the US deteriorate. So again now we are coming back to Indo-Pacific region. ठीक है. So here we are discussing about Taiwan. So Taiwan, it was in news also because when Japanese Prime Minister he visited India, so he told that today's Ukraine can be tomorrow's Taiwan also. मतलब कि जो आज यूक्रेन में हो रहा है वो कल ताइवान में भी हो सकता है. फाइन. अब यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे कि देयर आर मैनी कंट्रीज हु आर स्विचिंग द डिप्लोमेटिक टाइज फ्रॉम ताइवान टू पीपल्स रिपब्लिक ऑफ चाइना, द लेटेस्ट बीइंग अ कंट्री इन साउथ अमेरिका, दैट इज होंडुरास. सो होंडुरास नाउ इट हैज फॉर्मली एस्टेब्लिश्ड इट्स डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशन विद चाइना ऑन March 26, 2023. So recently there have been many countries who have switched their diplomatic alliance. So currently Taiwan has only 12 countries besides the Vatican with which it has diplomatic ties. Some other countries which includes are 4 small Pacific island nations, then Eswatini in Southern Africa, Paraguay and 6 Central American and Caribbean nations. Now यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे तो Taiwan it has accused Honduras of seeking financial assistance as a precondition to continue relations, and President Tsai Ing-wen said after the switch that Taiwan will not engage in a meaningless contest of dollar diplomacy with China. Now, what is this issue actually between China and Taiwan? So see, we have actually two China. Fine. One is People's Republic of China. ओके, सो दैट इज मेनलैंड चाइना. हम इसको क्या कहते हैं? मेनलैंड चाइना. एंड द नेक्स्ट इज रिपब्लिक ऑफ चाइना. तो इसको हम कहते हैं ताइवान. वी कॉल इट एज ताइवान. ओके, तो यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे तो आफ्टर द कम्युनिस्ट रेवोल्यूशन इन चाइना, so the actually 1949 के पहले it was Republic of China which was ruling above mainland China also, but after successful communist revolution in 1949, this Republic of China, they fled to Taiwan and they established Republic of China in Taiwan. Now अगर आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे कि that many countries over in 1970s they switched their diplomatic relations from Taiwan to China including USA, but यहाँ पे फिर USA का एक Taiwan Relations Act भी है which says that it can help Taiwan for self defense. तो इसको जो है ये यूएस का एक पॉलिसी है जिसको कहते हैं ambiguity over China. Now next news is from sports. So Indian women boxers collected 4 gold medals like their predecessors in 2006. That is MC Mary Kom, Sarita Devi, KC Lekha and RL Jenny. तो ये जो 4 नाम है यहाँ पे कंफ्यूज मत कीजिएगा, ये 2006 की चैंपियन है, दैट इज वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप. 2023 में तो दिल्ली वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप हुआ आफ्टर 17 इयर्स गैप. अगेन इंडिया हैज वन 4 गोल्ड्स. ओके, तो ये जो 4 गोल्ड्स जो जीता गया है, तो यू कैन सी ओवर हियर नीतू घांगास इन 48 kg कैटेगरी, निखात जरीन इन 50 kg कैटेगरी, लोवलिना बोर्गेहन इन 75 kg कैटेगरी एंड स्वीति बोरा इन 81 kg कैटेगरी. नाउ coming to नीतू घांगास. So she is already a gold medalist at Commonwealth Games. Okay, then Nikhat Zareen, so she's world champion in 52 kg. Okay, and then the next is Lovlina. She's already 2-time world bronze medalist and she has established herself in a new Olympic weight, that is 75 kg. Then 30-year-old Swati, who is a 2014 world silver medal. So she wanted to underscore that she was no less. ठीक है, so these are the 4 gold medalists at Delhi World Championship. Now coming to Nepal politics. Nepal a crucible of fragile coalitions. So यहाँ पे देखिए जो we are discussing the Nepal, ठीक है, so यहाँ पे जो है political instability जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. If you will see that many times the government change, जो भी government बना है आज तक वो 5 years तक hardly ही रहा है. Nobody has completed that term, and now we are discussing this in the backdrop of 2 vote of confidence faced by the current government in Nepal led by Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda. Okay, so he is from the Maoist Center political party. So यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पे जो change होता है पार्टी का, so it is about becoming the prime minister. So if you will see that पहले तो Maoist Center ने नेपाली कांग्रेस के साथ कोलिशन किया, फिर प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनने के लिए दे अलाइंड विद यूएमएल. देन अगेन व्हेन इट बिकेम टफ टू गवर्न अंडर विद द कोलिशन ऑफ यूएमएल, यूनिफाइड मार्क्सिस्ट लेनिनिस्ट, देन अगेन दे अलाइंड विद नेपाली कांग्रेस. ओके, यहाँ पे जो एक बात चल रही है दैट इज अबाउट दी प्रेसिडेंटशिप. तो अगर आप यहाँ पे अगर नेपाल की हम बात करें तो फॉर द 3rd टाइम अ न्यू प्रेसिडेंट हैज बीन इलेक्टेड, दैट इज रामचंद्र पौडेल. ठीक है, जो पहले प्रेसिडेंट थे वो थे राम वरण यादव, आफ्टर दैट विद्या देवी भंडारी, देन द 3rd इज रामचंद्र पौडेल. सो यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे द पोस्ट ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द रिपब्लिक ऑफ नेपाल हैज ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड इटसेल्फ टू बिकम lucrative. Now why we are saying that? Because there is much evidence to show that the president blocking cabinet decisions on account of prime minister being from a different political affiliation. तो यहाँ पे ये होता है कि अगर कोई ऑपोजिशन पार्टी है, अगर उसको कंट्रोल करना है, ठीक है, या कोई कैबिनेट डिसीजंस हैं, तो अगर अपने पार्टी का कोई अगर प्रेसिडेंट वहाँ पे बैठा हुआ है, सो दे कैन ब्लॉक द कैबिनेट डिसीजंस. ओके, इफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज फ्रॉम डिफरेंट पॉलिटिकल पार्टी. The next is Nepal's power politics are not free from the influence of geopolitics. Now this is the second concern about the Nepal. So यहाँ पे अगर आप नेपाल में भी देखोगे तो एक खींचातानी चल रही है, जैसे कि एक तरफ चाइना है which wants Nepal to become part of Belt and Road Initiative as well as Global Security Initiative GSI. एक तरफ if you will see that India and US, okay, so they want that Nepal should be free from communist influence. So यहाँ पे अगर आप चाइना का इंटेंट देखेंगे so it is to ensure the return of left alliance government in Nepal so that the Himalayan state moves from a network under the Belt and Road Initiative to become part of Global Security Initiative. उसके बाद अगर आप देखेंगे United States and India, they are aware Nepal shift towards China, so what strategic implication it has in Asia Pacific region. Now coming to the last paragraph, which is very important, that for the sake of stable government, the architect of new constitution in 2015, they worked on making a no confidence motion a complex and complicated process. तो जहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे नेपाल में जो नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन है, सो इट कुड नॉट बी एंटरटेन्ड इन द फर्स्ट 2 years ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट फॉर्मेशन. ओके, so if it happens any time after 2 years of rule but fails to endorse such a motion, it cannot be regenerated for the next 1 year. मतलब 2 साल के बाद ही आप नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन जो है वो पार्लियामेंट में ला सकते हैं. अगर एक बार वो फेल हो गया तो दोबारा अगले 1 साल तक इट कैन नॉट बी अगेन ब्रॉट बैक. So this increases to another 1 year if there is a failure of such a motion. So now here the author is suggesting that to do justice to this provision, it is sensible to amend the constitution to ensure that the prime minister of a coalition government should be from the party with the largest number of seats among the alliance partners in parliament. So it says कि अगर नेपाल में if we want to ensure political stability, so the key is that the party with a single largest seat or largest number of seats, they should be called for making a government among the alliance partners. Now if you will see over here, so the thing is कि अगर आप अभी जो नेपाल में जो इलेक्शन हुआ था नवंबर में, उसमें अगर आप देखेंगे तो नेपाली कांग्रेस दे emerged as the single largest party but they could not form the government. Now coming to G20 vision for the ocean commons. So यहाँ पे we are talking about now oceans now and how G20 can be a platform to promote peaceful use of ocean resources. So if we will talk about G20, so they together account for 45% of the world's coastline and 21% of the exclusive economic zones. Now what are the importance of oceans? So important of oceans is that they are important reservoirs of global biodiversity. They are regulator of global weather and climate, and they support the economic well-being of billions of people in coastal areas. Now if you will see the government program, so there are 2 important programs which need to be discussed. One is Sagarmala, the next is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Now coming to Sagarmala, so Sagarmala, it is a port-led development initiative. ठीक है, तो कभी भी एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन है दैट विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्कीम इज अबाउट पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट इनिशिएटिव, सो इट इज सागरमाला. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, द आइडिया इज दैट बिल्डिंग पोर्ट्स एंड देन डेवलपिंग द इंटर एरियाज बेस्ड ऑन दिस पोर्ट. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना, दैट इज अबाउट ब्लू रेवोल्यूशन, दैट इज सस्टेनेबल एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबल डेवलपमेंट of fisheries sector. Then the next is Sagar Manthan dashboard, which tracks vessels in the real time. The next program is Deep Ocean Mission, which explores deep sea resources in exclusive economic zone and continental shelf, as well as development of technology for harnessing them. Then India has its coastal regulation zone to classify and to better manage the coastal regions and to protect the ecologically sensitive coastal and marine areas. Now coming to the role of G20, where India is the president, and at the same time India is also promoting life program to promote environment compatible lifestyle. So if we will see the G20 role, so there is G20 action plan on marine litter, then Osaka Blue Ocean Vision and Coral Research and Development Accelerator Platform. Then last year when the G20 meeting was happening in Bali, so there it was launched Ocean 30. So now India is committing to prioritizing oceans and the blue economy under its presidency. Now The next is about the forums, what G20 can build. So G20 is an excellent opportunity to build an effective communication with all stakeholders to share best practices, foster collaborations and advancement in S&T, promoting PPP, and creating novel blue finance mechanism for development of oceanic sector. Then there is the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and Convention on Biological Diversity, and the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee on Plastic Pollution and UNCLOS that are closely interlinked. So over here G20 can take an initiative for coordinating all these frameworks and conventions for better management of oceans. The next is Lily Thomas versus Union of India and the disqualification. So here again we are going to see in detail the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi from Lok Sabha. Fine. So now the issue is that there is section 8(4) of RPA 1951 which was struck down by Supreme Court in Lily Thomas versus Union of India case. So if you will see section 8(4), okay, so this is the section which gave like 3 months breather period to current members of legislature from getting disqualified. So अगर आप देखेंगे section 8(3), it says that if any person who is convicted of an offence of not less than 2 years remains to be disqualified from becoming the member of the legislature for next 6 years after his or her release. Okay, then there was section 8(4) which said that the sitting legislature, okay, will not be disqualified immediately for next 3 months, and within 3 months if the sentence is suspended by the higher court, then the person will remain the member. So that provision was struck down in Lily Thomas versus Union of India case. Then soon after, an ordinance was brought by then UPA government in favor of sitting MPs, MLAs and MLC, but there was opposition to it. There was allegation that this ordinance is being brought to protect specific leader Lalu Prasad Yadav from disqualification. Now coming to section 8(4), now see, the subsection 4 of section 8 said that the disqualification will not take effect for 3 months for anyone who is an MP or an MLA on the date of conviction. Okay, so there is a 3-month breather period, and if during that period an appeal is filed, the mere fact of filing the appeal will operate as a stay on disqualification until its disposal. तो यहाँ पे पहले क्या था कि पहले तो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन जो है वो 3 मंथ तक लागू नहीं होगा. अगर इस दिन 3 मंथ के अंदर अगर अपील आ जाता है, अगर द पर्सन अपील्स अगेंस्ट द जजमेंट, सो दैट डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन विल नॉट टेक प्लेस अंटिल द फाइनल डिस्पोजल ऑफ द केस. तो यहाँ पे जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो कहना था, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द सुप्रीम कोर्ट रूल्ड दैट पार्लियामेंट वाज नॉट कॉम्पिटेंट टू हैव सेपरेट प्रोविजंस फॉर दिस टू सिचुएशंस. Okay, like a special class for MP and MLA, exception for MP and MLA. So it said that by creating one provision for the immediate disqualification of ordinary citizens and another one for deferred disqualification of legislatures, the parliament has violated the constitutional mandate. Now if you will see the relevancy of the date of stay, so if you will see that there is no stay of conviction, as the Supreme Court has often said, only suspension of sentence and grant of bail pending appeal where normal remedies, and stay of conviction should be given only rarely. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्लियर किया हुआ है इन वेरियस केसेस कि स्टे ऑफ कन्विक्शन जो होता है, मतलब कि आप जो सेंटेंस है वो सस्पेंड करवा सकते हो कि वो अभी से लागू नहीं होगा, या बेल हो सकता है पेंडिंग अपील, बट स्टे ऑफ कन्विक्शन शुड बी गिवन ओनली rarely. Fine. So there is one case of former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Sosi, whose conviction for corruption resulted in loss of her office and membership in 2014, but she failed to get any stay of conviction. Therefore, a by-election was held after her seat was declared vacant, and she succeeded in appealing before the Karnataka High Court and had to re-enter the assembly and regain her office as Chief Minister only through a by-election. So that has happened already. Now यहाँ पे एक second case है about the Lakshadweep MP Mohammad Faisal. So see, he was convicted and sentenced to 10-year imprisonment term in January, but he managed to get a stay of conviction from the Kerala High Court. However, तब तक क्या हुआ था कि लोकसभा ने उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई कर दिया था और उनका सीट वैकेंट डिक्लेयर कर दिया था, और इलेक्शन कमीशन ने डेट भी फिक्स कर दिया था बाई इलेक्शन का. तो इसको चैलेंज किया गया सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, एंड दैट कमीशन सेड दैट इट वुड ऑनर द कोर्ट स्टे ऑर्डर, दैट इज हाई कोर्ट स्टेट ऑर्डर. ओके, बट यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे तो मिस्टर फैजल्स लोकसभा मेंबरशिप इज येट टू बी रिस्टोर्ड। अब यहाँ पे देखिए एक स्पेशल जो है वो एक लीगल क्वेश्चन सामने आता है, वो क्या है कि दैट द डेट ऑफ कन्विक्शन इज द डेट ऑन विच द डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन कम्स इनटू इफेक्ट। फॉर एग्जांपल, नाउ टेक द केस ऑफ दिस लोकसभा एमपी फ्रॉम लक्षद्वीप. Now he was already convicted. After that he appealed, and after that he got stayed. He got a stay order. So the day on which he was convicted, okay, now he is disqualified from that day. ठीक है, the day on which the person was convicted. But after getting the stay, okay, so now his membership should be restored. बट ये जो बीच का पीरियड है, तो यहाँ पे इसको हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जो बीच का जो पीरियड है, क्या इसमें हम मानेंगे कि दैट द मेंबर वाज डिसक्वालिफाइड? तो अगर हम ओके, सो हियर द लीगल क्वेश्चन अराइजेस दैट दिस मींस दैट during the intervening period the member did suffer qualification, therefore can the membership be restored or restated with retrospective effect from the date of conviction? तो इसके ऊपर कोई क्लैरिटी नहीं है। Now what are the possible solutions to avoid such situations? So the thing is that secretariat of the respective houses, मतलब लोकसभा या राज्यसभा, should give effect to the order of stay on conviction fully by restoring the legislature's membership without further ado until the appeal is disposed of. मतलब कि यहाँ पे जो membership है उसको पूरी तरीके से restore कर दिया जाए। Second क्या है, that the secretariat it can wait until the convicted member approaches higher court for stay of conviction and notify a vacancy only if the application is rejected. Now the second is disqualification by president or governor. तो यहाँ पे देखिए एक इशू ये भी है, the issue of president or governor in the case of state legislature should formally declare a person disqualified as required under article 103 and under article 192 instead of using the automatic disqualification route is also ओपन। ठीक है, कि यहाँ पे मतलब सेक्रेटेरिएट जो है वो ना करके प्रेसिडेंट और गवर्नर इन कंसल्टेशन विद इलेक्शन कमीशन दे शुड डिसाइड ऑन द डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ अ मेंबर अंडर आर्टिकल 103 एंड आर्टिकल 192। द नेक्स्ट इज एफिनिटी टेस्ट इज नॉट अ लिटमस टेस्ट टू डिसाइड कास्ट क्लेम, से सुप्रीम कोर्ट। तो एफिनिटी टेस्ट क्या होता है? इट डिस्क्राइब्स दिस it is the claim of any caste or tribe based on peculiar anthropological and ethnological traits, deities, rituals, customs, mode of marriage, death ceremonies, methods of burial of dead bodies, etc. of the particular caste or tribe and the applications having knowledge of them. This is called as affinity test to decide the caste claim of any group. तो यहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि जो एफिनिटी टेस्ट है, इट कैन नॉट बी अ लिटमस टेस्ट टू डिसाइड अ कास्ट क्लेम। ओके, सो यहाँ पे जो है the judgment it has been authored by Justice Abhay Oka pointed out that an applicant may have good knowledge about these traits without belonging to the particular caste or tribe. Now the next is protest at Times Square and Nepal on high alert as India says Amritpal crossed border. So Punjab police, who is looking out for Amritpal, who is the pro-Khalistani group and leader of Waris Punjab Day. So now there is India is saying that he has crossed over to Nepal after crossing the border, and then Nepal is on high alert. The next is protest at Times Square in New York. So a large number of Khalistan supporters gathered, staged a protest at the iconic Times Square to express support for the fugitive radical preacher Amritpal Singh. The next is students to get new textbooks from NCERT after a gap of nearly 20 years. So this is under New Education Policy 2022. Under which a national curriculum framework was released in August 2022, and now after 20 years school students at all levels they will have updated textbooks from the academic year 2024-25. Now if you will see, this textbook is developed by NCERT, full form of NCERT is National Council of Educational Research and Training. Okay, these textbooks they will be developed in 22 languages in compliance with National Education Policy 2020, which focuses on use of mother tongue, okay, in instructions in primary schools. After that, there is one important thing about these books, that is Panchadi. So Panchadi it comprises Aditi, that is introduction of topic, Bodh, that is conceptual understanding, Abhyas, that is practice, Prayog, that is application, Prasar, that is expansion. So this new national curriculum framework it focuses on these 5 important things, that is introducing the topic, having conceptual understanding of the topic, then practice, then application, and then expansion of the concept. The next is cheetah dies of kidney ailment in Kuno Park. So Project Cheetah, under which cheetahs were introduced, African cheetahs, they were introduced in Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh from Namibia and South Africa. So one cheetah, Sasha, which was brought from Namibia, she died of a kidney ailment on Monday at Kuno National Park. The next is appointment. So Humza Yusuf said to become Scotland's youngest first minister. So Humza Yusuf, okay, he won the race to become Scotland's new leader. So okay, so this is very important. So he is going to be sworn in as the first minister of Scotland. The next is under pressure from protesters, Netanyahu to delay judicial overhaul. So the new government in Israel, they were coming up with the new laws to overhaul the judiciary. So there were intense protest against this new law. So now under protest from protesters, Netanyahu has decided to delay the judicial overhaul. So over here, after this decision, the head of Israel's largest trade union said that they will call off the general strike that threatened to bring the economy to a halt. And now Netanyahu has said that he will consult his political opponents regarding the reform. So जो reform है, why it is in news? Because many says that this reform will curtail the independence of judiciary in Israel. The next is SEBI set to regulate index providers. So यहाँ पे जो index providers होते हैं, so now they will be regulated by Stock and Exchange Board of India, Stock Securities Exchange Board of India, headquartered in Mumbai. So now the government has squarely put the onus of regulating the practices of market index providers on the Security Exchange Board of India because of the safety of passive investors saving parked in funds linked to these indices. Okay. So these indices, some of the indices are NSE indices, which is a National Stock Exchange subsidiary, then Asia Index Private Limited, a BSE joint venture with Dow Jones. They are citing their growing dominance due to the proliferation of index funds. Next, from sports, so Mumbai Indian has won the women's IPL. So that is very important news from the sports point of view. So the Women's Premier League, okay, so for the inaugural edition was won by women's Mumbai Indians women's team. So friends, that's all for today. We will meet tomorrow again with a daily Hindu analysis. Till then, have a nice time. Take care. Thank you.